Last week after our game, I sat here and said I hadn't been through anything like that in my time here, and this week I could kind of feel the exact same way. We've been beaten, pretty badly by some really good football teams, but I felt like our team always fought back. Always, we talk about it all the time. You get punched, you get hit, you swing back, and very disappointed, and not happy with us, our coaching, our response, the way we played. Last week I thought, under all those chaotic circumstances, we played relatively clean, like we've coached them. And today it didn't look like we're a very well-coached team, and it didn't look like a team that really wanted to respond. And no coach speak here. That's 100% on me, and on us. No excuses. They beat us in every facet, and we didn't respond. We didn't play very good. We didn't coach very good, and we have a lot of work to do. And it's up to our team how we respond and how we bounce back. So I know the coaches will clearly put a lot of this on our shoulders, and it's on us to get our team to compete at a higher level, to execute with focus and have some disciplined execution, because there wasn't a lot of that today. And need to get back to work. I mean, there's no way to sugarcoat it. We got our butts beat, and we'll keep on swinging back.
Let's put words in your mouth. Are you saying you felt like they quit today?
I didn't say that.
Mark, obviously you had injuries on the offensive line there, but even before that, it seemed like you were getting whipped up front. What do you think was happening there?
Yeah, agreed. We talked about it early, and we knew, we watched their game last week, and we know they have some guys up front that could wreck, some plays. And so, we were concerned about that going into it, knowing that we needed to chip and, protect our tackles, from time to time. And, so there's things, we could do better with that. There's, we have to play better. I thought, full disclosure, like some calls I wish we could do over again as well, some reads. We talked about not getting the ball on the perimeter early and letting those guys get up the field and hit big tackles for loss. I think, that's, on me again. I got to reemphasize that when we run it for 9 yards on first down on 2nd and 1, I'd like to go that way again. I'd like to go forward and not sideways. And, we go backwards and lose 7 yards, and there goes a possession. It's just things of that nature that really, that's on me. And I got to do a better job. I'm sorry.
I was going to ask, was getting Gavin there with that when he did?
Was that more about getting out the spark or just trying to take hits off of Brock?
Yeah, I think both. Brock took a shot on the shoulder down there on one of those plays, and then just trying to get Gavin some reps. We wanted to get him last week as well, and just get him in there. I mean, clearly we were having a hard time with pass protection, and so Gavin could scramble a little bit as well and be dual threat. So, yeah.
Could you see Brock kind of shaken up by that pressure and having you try to realize?
Well, I don't know if it just shaken up, but they clearly affected the quarterback, and that's a good job by them, and not good enough by us. So I wouldn't put it on him personally, but I would credit them. They certainly disrupted him and his comfort level, and that's what you're looking for on defense. Is affecting the quarterback, whether it's multiple looks, certainly pressure, and mixing things up, and they affected him.
Mark, was there any common thread on the line coverages on those long passes?
Yeah, there was two of them. The second, the one late, again, no excuse because we already seen it and corrected it, and didn't get it done, and that's the only complete blown coverage. Other ones, the seam routes, they drained us out of some zones, and just didn't play it very good.
There seemed to be a lot of optimism in the preseason about the offensive line. Was there a disconnect between what you all saw ahead of the season to what happened today?
We didn't play good enough today, period. And I'm not going to put it all on the offensive line, but they didn't play good enough, and I could probably say that about every group. So we are in this together, and every group needs to play at a higher level, and they certainly do.
Mark, considering what everybody saw today, do you believe all of these problems are fixable going forward?
They're going to have to be. I mean, we're gonna get it fixed. And I told the team that that we're going to have total buy-in. Guys are going to get to work, and they better come Monday, ready to compete and fight and get better and pay attention to details and little things. And if you continue to strain and work, then good things will happen. I did not see that effort like that, and I didn't like our response. And certainly we got to do our part on the coaching end to put them in a position to be more successful.
Mark, the decision to go for it on that fourth down.
Yeah.
What went into your thought process? How do you think that impacted?
Yeah, I think that was a bad decision. Obviously, when it doesn't work, it's a real bad decision, and probably pressed a little bit there. Honestly, just a little frustrated. We weren't moving the ball very good, but it cost us 3 points, and probably wasn't a very good decision.
Mark, this happens early in the season. This is just game 2, and number 1 team in the country is on their way in. What's the message to the team to try to get them to respond better after?
Yeah, I mean, just in so many words, what I talked to you guys about. I mean, we're going to respond. When people hit us, we're going to hit back. And I didn't feel the edge and the attitude and the fight that we normally play with. But again, all that stuff. I mean, it comes down to disciplined execution. Everybody, you have to strain, you have to play hard, but that's during the week. That's in the little details and in doing things right and being mentally strong and physically strong and then compete when we're out there. You don't know what's going to happen come game time. Wild things happen. You have to respond, and we didn't respond very well today.
Mark, how surprised were you by the amount of penalties you guys committed today?
Pardon me?
How surprised were you by the amount of penalties you guys?
Yeah, again, didn't see that coming. Hasn't been our nature to have that many, and it just goes to show you how undisciplined we were today.
The holdings on the offensive line, was there a disconnect with cohesion there with that unit, or was that the effort that you're talking about just getting beat?
I mean, no excuses. I mean, we'll see exactly what it was, and whoever's in there at whatever time, it doesn't matter about cohesion. We have to execute better. We got to block better. We got to strain. We got to do things better.
Mark, is there an update on Jagger you can share with us?
Jagger was not available, and he was out in this game. So, you look forward. It'll probably be tough for him to get back by next week.
Mark, beating South Carolina in 2014 was kind of a win that could help build this program. You went on to win 5 straight, but the last 3 years you've all fallen short. What do you feel like needs to change to gain momentum back in this series?
It's hard. Like I said, it's always year to year with us, and it's hard for me to look back to last year, the year before. I mean, win or lose. I said that to you guys Monday. It's an individual basis. I thought they did a nice job of responding, and that they maybe didn't. They felt like last week they could play better, and they came in here and played a heck of a lot better. And we need to do the same. I thought they did a nice job of cleaning things up and played very good football today and beat us.
You had that nice sustained drive in the first half. I think you ran the ball 11 times in a row. When the offense is clicking, is that the type of tempo that you had envisioned?
Yes, but we need to be, more balanced. At that point, we were running it downhill, and we were getting some yards, but the balance wasn't there. We have to be able to protect and throw the ball. We were, efficient doing that to this point, but not today.
I know Brock didn't get helped out by the O-line, but bouncing back for him, what does that look like for him? What does he?
No, I'm sure Brock will bounce back. I mean, he's tough, he's resilient, and he'll compete. I know that, and we have to do a good job of putting them in position to be successful. We got to give them some time. We got to make sure we're doing things to give them an opportunity.
Like the play early where you were talking about going sideways instead of forward, it looked like if Brock had kept that, he had several yards. Was that the wrong read or the wrong play call?
It was the wrong read. Yeah.
I don't want to put words in your mouth either, but are you implying that it was an effort issue today?
I stand by what I said. I don't need to put a headline out there. I'm not real happy with the way we played. I'm not real happy with the way we coached. I'm not real happy with the way we responded, the way we executed, our effort, any of it. It's not good enough. It's not acceptable.
You put so much emphasis on how the team performs on Saturday is based on how they do during the week. In hindsight, is there anything looking back on the build-up that you can really put your finger on?
No, that's what's crazy. No, I felt like this week was cleaner, a little more focused than last week. But and again, no excuse whatsoever. But this felt like game one. You know what I mean? Where you walk out there and you don't know what, like there were things that happened today that I can't explain.
Despite the loss, Demi Kongbe had a pretty decent game, rushed for 70 yards, 50 solid runs. What do you have to say about him and the impact he's had so far?
Yeah, Demi is a guy that again, he's been very steady. He works hard. He ran the ball very tough today and had some tough yards. So I think we were efficient at time running the ball downhill, but we have to get the balance that I talked about. When you drop back to pass, you have to be able to protect, get the ball down the field, and when you can run the ball downhill, it's going to open up some play action if you could get it protected.
Mark, how do you feel about your offensive line depth? It felt like that drive where Vincent was out, it was particularly an issue, especially if Jagger can't go. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, guys are going to have to step up. Bottom line, we need some guys to improve and get better. I mean, I think we all know that we need to continue to build our depth at the offensive line, and it's a big point of emphasis for us.
Anyone else?
Coach, there was a couple times where Brock was like throwing his hands up before the snap, almost like he was kind of confused on maybe what the play call was. How do you feel like that communication was this game? Because I know the last game he kind of said at the beginning of the game the communication took a second.
I'm sure there were some issues, as I said, across the board. I mean, there were some problems out there. So I'm not sure exactly what play you're referring to.
Okay, folks, thank you
Thank
very much. That players, coaches over in the